Kratos is the first Saudi Arabian player to reach rank 1 globally with a Fireball Super YETI army. So let's dive in and see how he uses it and how he crush bases. Alright guys, here is his army and we're gonna dive into his attacks, but before that I want to kind of explain something, because guys, this is a typical Smash army starting with a Fireball, something that you don't really see often, and it's very interesting how a rank 1 global player finish could have done it without a Root Rider or the other meta armies like Fireball Rocket Loon or Fireball into Furnaces, or even event troops, because that was an event season. So yeah, this is his main army with the Super Yetis, Fireball. His spells are mainly for the Warden, and as you can see, he got a jump spell. He does have the King Earthquake Boots to dive into the base, and the RC with the Queen with the Siege Barracks will usually be on the outside. So let's dive in and see how he crushed the bases, because honestly I'm actually really interested to see this. Alright, first attack, he's going to be hitting a Rage Core Invis base from Zeus Clan. Now guys, a lot of people with the Fireball, they get greedy. They want to go and dive, just crush the core with the Fireball. But no, Kratos has other plans. What he does is he gets a funnel, and you're going to see how exactly he executes that with the rest of his army. So from the lower side of the base, what he can see is a nice little juicy value, and notice he does have a poison spell, which means his Fireball is not necessarily always around the CC, because that can easily get baited by something like a Monolith or a Hook Tower. So you can see now he's dropping a Loon, tanking for these Firecrackers. They were annoying, and don't forget there's still like those army camps in the game which are a bit annoying for the Warden charge, but Kratos has found a way to deal with them, and it's actually kind of impressive. So with the invisibilities, he's going to use 4 of them with a nice Fireball onto the multi-archer tower, double Earthquake to grab everything around it, and now he doesn't really panic start, so he waits a bit. Maybe the Warden might follow the King, so then he's gonna wait. Now the Warden turn left, he's gonna start the army into the left hand side. You need to make sure you don't mess up by the Warden going somewhere and you just start something any side of the base. Queen ability, of course, is going to be the Giant's Arrow to activate invisibility towers. He's going in with everything he has into the base, and honestly, with this amount of troops and obviously like the healers behind him, this core is going to get absolutely shredded. Now notice, he dropped the Queen so much further away, and he dropped the Siege Barracks in between the Queen and the army, so this way Queen actually has no way of going behind the army. And now Queen with the Wallbreaker on the left side is doing amazing. King's ability into the core, crushing and opening the back end wall to the scatter shot. He's going to add the RC with the Queen, because if you guys notice, the lower side Royal Champion would not really work because there's just so much going on. So what he does is to add the RC to help the army narrow down this path through the back end. So he also helps the Queen. This way the Queen also stays alive, and as you can see guys, he got, is that 3 or 4? He got 3 Super Yetis, the action figure, and 4 heroes alive. These bases might just be the worst base to defend this army, because it just never can, and it's impressive how much troops and heroes he has with the swag spell, of course. So this was our first base. That is the method to hit these invisibility core bases, which sometimes when we do a strategy video, a lot of you guys ask like, how do you hit these invisibility bases or like rage invis cores? Well, this is here for you. So let's go to the second hit. Up next, we're going to have this core town hall double rage setup. This is where guys, obviously if you're doing a Fireball attack, you're mostly going to be looking to grab one of the rage towers, but you shouldn't really come in an angle where the CC will get pulled ASAP, or you will be in between the 2 rage towers, where if you grab one, you are forced to start into the other one, and without a Warden ability, it's gonna be tough. So what Kratos does is he goes with an off angle through the left side of this rage tower, and he chose the left because usually the left side just has less traps. I think that's why he chose the left. High Legends player, they have this mindset, these little details matter, and now he's gonna make sure the Fireball hits the rage, double Earthquake, and absolutely wrecked area. Now notice this, a lot of people might be like, well, let's go to the rage tower when we have a lot of troops, but that's wrong. So what Kratos does is he goes opposite side, and by the time he reached the rage tower, he's gonna have so much hero HP and troops because this side of the base with the monolith has way too much lesser value than this side. So that means you have more troops arriving to the backend. No matter what backend it is, always be like that. If you don't have the Eternal Tome in any of your army, don't just straight dive into the Rage. Dive into the area where it has less damage and then finish on the Rage Tower. That gives you more chances of a nice little triple. Queen goes here, going with that siege barracks on the top side. Obviously now everything down the middle with ice golem, loons, super yetis and everything. And don't forget the jump. A lot of you might be used to the root strider attacks, so you don't kind of know like, okay, I need to jump, otherwise the king might go out. So jump in an angle where you can give everything value. And as you can see, this attack, he wall breakered the queen, and with the jump spell, he can have the queen behind his army. Notice how there is literally no defenses here, so there is no point of the queen being on the outside of the base. This way the queen stays in the base, tries to help the army, and the RC can do whatever the queen was supposed to do if there were defenses. As you can see, his healers died, but this is where the beauty comes. You reached the heavy backend with 4 heroes and 4 super yetis. This is the difference from starting into a rage tower than finishing. Very, very clean attacks from Kratos. Like, I usually don't talk this much good about an attack, but you're seeing like smash armies that are out of the meta. Not completely out, but still, not everyone uses it. Maybe in top 200, maybe 2 people use the Super Yetis. But overall, these attacks are just showing you how clean a Smash army can be with the Fireball. Let's move on to the third hit. So we are here, and there is a double in kind of Poison Towers with a corner Town Hall. So, like, I don't know, like, I think it's good because we are showcasing every single base style, and Kratos, thankfully, they shared a nice replay for these base styles because it just shows you how versatile the army is. This is the whole point. So here, he has a very interesting setup with the core hook tower, and this base was used 2 seasons ago, and I actually made a base similar to this, but it's not exactly this one. Now again, he's going to that firecracker, tanking it with a loon, trying to grab this value without the firecracker hitting anything like healer wise or like the warden itself. And he has a nice fireball value onto the poison tower, but let's see if he chooses that, because sometimes people might get greedy and miss fireball. Let's see. Okay, you can see this is exactly what I mean. Kratos has the mindset of not being a greedy person. That means he doesn't necessarily need to deploy like 3 to 4 invisibility to go very deep. He understands that the Expo is enough for him to grab the fireball. Queen, another wall breaker with the siege barracks. Don't forget, you need these wall breakers to give Queen access to the layers and layers so she doesn't just stay behind the walls. Sometimes it's good, but sometimes she needs to go in. Now, this is where, of course, with the skeleton spell, he tanked the monolith, jump spell into that other compartments. That's when he can use the rage spell whenever it's very much, I would say, heavy damage on his yetis, and the healers can really be nice for him. RC again getting added, where the queen is also like kind of from the side trying to help the army. Unfortunately, the fox got very much cooked on the outside, but he's still managing to go through. He got 2 invisibility left that he didn't use on his warden ability. This is the difference. You can now use those invisibilities for the back end, trying to keep your troops or heroes alive if you don't be greedy. Now, king ability opening everything. Maybe I would have waited personally a bit more on the king, but because he has RC ability and it's going to be hog puppet, he can simply just rush through the back end defenses. If you don't kind of have Hog Puppet leveled up, a lot of people might have been upgrading their other epic equipments. Obviously, Hog Puppet, it's common, but if you still don't have it upgraded, the rocket spell also works really well in this army, in my opinion. But this is overall his attack style, and obviously on multiple versions of bases. I'm gonna use his army on a friendly challenge, and let's see if I can triple with it, and that would be it for this video. Alright guys, so I'm here in war. Actually, I'm not gonna go for friendly challenges. You know what? Because you guys don't like it. So we're gonna go to a war attack. and I'm gonna be hitting. So I'm gonna have the warden around this area maybe, and then I'm gonna try to get the rage tower. And then with that being said, we're gonna kind of go through the base into this area, jump into the town hall area compartment. Hopefully here is where I can have the rage spell also to grab that area with the queen, like siege barracks here. I'm gonna try to wall break the queen like on this side, so she kind of goes in, but I don't necessarily know if that's good enough. But I think it's good because she can then use the jump, help the army just like Kratos did, and then add the RC on this side to grab whatever the queen was meant to get on the outside. This is going to be the original plan. Hopefully it will work. I don't know how it's gonna go. I haven't done a single friendly challenge with this army, but I think I can do it. If I can do it, you guys can definitely do it, because yes, I'm really interested in Kratos' army with this like kind of super Yeti fireball. But yeah, let me not talk too much before we fail, okay? And if I fail, it is what it is, man. I'm not as good as Kratos if I fail. Maybe that's the reason. So I haven't done a fireball attack for a long time, guys. Yeah, warden. I'm looking at my invisibility placements, man. Holy, okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4 should be fine. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, guys, these invisibilities are so annoying. Let's go with the loon. We're gonna go with healers. And now, once the warden is like onto the elixir storage, I'm gonna try to go with the invisibilities. Hopefully we don't find more Teslas though. I don't know, maybe these boogers is gonna find one. No, not really. Okay, they did found it, but I think that Tesla is good for us. Actually, the warden is taking down this so quickly. So once this is down, I'm gonna go with this. Let's go with 1, 2, 3, and 4. Going with that, and boom. Is that good enough? Oh wait, we actually, okay, never mind. Let's give warden some time. We didn't get the perfect value. It is what it is. Sometimes it happens. You know, it's not the worst case. We could have probably got the monolith. This is the crazy thing. How does he control the fireball? It's insane, man. Let's go with these. We're gonna go with the ice golem here, like this. Let's go with the siege barracks. We're gonna go with the queen right here, and let's go with the wallbreaker. We're gonna then try to add the king. Let's go for another wall. Oh no, the wallbreaker. Wait, should have maybe waited for that. Let's go with the poison here. We're just hoping the king kind of does his best and just rush through the walls. Maybe the army will be a bit weird. I don't know. Let's wait. Let's drop the baby dragon here, and the RC obviously going in nicely. King, please go back to the army. I'm gonna freeze the rage. Oh, it was a bit late. It was a bit late. Let's see, man. This king is going to mess me up. Let's go with an archer maybe. Okay, things are going decent. I mean, everything is going separated, but we're still somehow moving through. King, what are you doing, man? It's crazy. So I'm gonna wait for the king slightly. We're gonna have like an archer here maybe. Guys, how is this still tripling? Bro, what? There's no way. Guys, I was nervous through the entire attack, and we got 4 heroes when everything went wrong. So fireball went wrong, the entry was wrong, the queen was alone and getting cooked, the RC I sent her alone into a rage tower, and somehow we still got 4 heroes. Like, this is when we talk about power of a strategy, it's this one. And obviously it's more enjoyable when you triple than Root Riders, even when you fail with the RC charge and stuff, because the fireball and the Yetis are just so enjoyable, man. But yes, big shout out to Kratos again. Massive congratulations for his rank 1 global. It was absolutely blast to record his attacks, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video too. The armor link will be down below in the description, and hopefully again you guys enjoyed this. We'll see you soon later. Take care and peace.